Hello everyone, my name is Patrice and today I'm bringing you more like a prediction video than like a proper tutorial or proper guide. In general, I'll be talking about her abilities, how they will work and what they will do. From as far as I know right now, most of the abilities that are in Apex Legends, they actually have been all copied from Titanfall 2 and I think, it will work similar to what I'm gonna say in this video. But again, this is more like a prediction video, like everything you need to know before you actually start playing Ashe in the next season. But I will still make a full-on proper video when she actually does come out. Let's get straight into it then. Her passive is called Marked for Death. It works sort of similar to Loba's passive, but instead of loot, she can see death boxes. And if you come up to a death box and press H for the PC users, you will see where the attacker enemies are. So whoever attacked the squad, they will be the one that will show up to you. And this can be used in few ways. First, you come up to a surviving enemy from a third party perspective and click on one of the death box on the floor to see where they are healing. So you can go and finish them off. Which means pushing all gunshots makes even more sense. Make sure to use the jump launchers that will be present on the new map to get your gunshots and third party faster. This passive ability adds a whole new meaning to thirsting your enemies, since that way you don't just loot and armor swap, but also provide information for your team that is sort of like a little scan. I'm not entirely sure how it will work if that squad is already dead, but I assume it will go on and show the squad that killed that squad, or just completely grey out the death box where you cannot scan it. Either way, the passive ability Marked for Death is the one that I have the least amount of information about. It's just that it's too unpredictable how exactly it will work when the game will actually come out. But, so far it seems like a perfect third-party tool. Moving on to Tactical Arc Snare. It sort of looks like an Arc Star, but it will work more like a much smaller Horizon ultimate, making a bond with an enemy in range. If you are familiar with Titanfall 2, it will be working similar to Tether Trap, which basically will deal 10 damage and pull the targets in a small radius towards the middle. So it's not like it's pushing towards the middle, but it's more like they won't be able to leave that circle, that bond won't be broken, until the timer runs out. So they'll just be stuck inside that circle and they cannot leave it, cannot move out of it. So this is basically a crowd control ability. It is deployed relatively fast, so I see it being used similar ways as Revenant Tactical or Fuse Tactical. It fits her kit perfectly, as you'll be able to throw it at an enemy and gun them down with an ease. It might be quite hard to land perfectly on fast-paced Legends and just how fast Apex is in general, but I assume that with time people will get used to it, similar as to Valkyrie's Q, which is really hard to land at the start, but then when you get used to it, it's actually quite easy and quite simple. When this ability gets used, it makes this annoying screeching sound, almost like if you are inside or near it. Which will also work great as a sound dump. Similar to what Fuse Knuckle Dusters do, it will mess with enemy sound cues and provide easier heals or even sneaky res opportunities. I see this ability being used defensively as well. People will throw it at the door frames when they are running away to slow down pursuers, or pretty much stop him because they won't be able to leave that circle. Or if you have a trap legend on your team, you'll be able to keep the enemy inside of the trap for longer, for example Caustic Gas. I think it will be well teamed up with Fuse's Knuckle Cluster because when the enemy gets low and they hide behind the cover to heal, if Fuse throws his Knuckle Cluster there, usually whoever is healing in there, he'll try to run out. But if at the same time as Ashe you will throw your Tactical there as well to keep them in that place, they're pretty much screwed at that point. Or even if you use Valkyrie's Tactical, it will kind of be the same, where they cannot leave that area as fast or as easily. It will probably be best though done if you're in comms and you just call it out to your friend and do it together. If enemy tries to push through a doorway or something when you threw your Tactical there, you can always grab an Arc Star or any other nade and stick it in the middle of the area or even at them or something. There's no way an enemy in his right mind, right? If he sees your, Q deployed, he will try to run through the door frame. Because if he gets stuck in there and just stands in the middle of the door frame, he'll be such an easy target to anything, to grenades or to just guns in general. And now let's talk about her ultimate, which is called Phase Breach. If you ever play Titanfall 2, then you will see a tiny similarity between this ability and the Ronin phase dash. I mean, it even has phase in the name, right? She even holds her sword exactly the same way as Ronin when he's blocking. It'd be pretty cool if she could block the projectiles the same way Ronin does, but it might be a bit too OP, so I doubt that ever be added. But hey, if she is considered weak, this might be a possible buff since they already have everything written for it. It's safe to assume that abilities from Titanfall 2 can be placed into Apex since they have been doing this the entire time so far. Her ult makes a short dash that is similar to Wraith, but it will only be one-way ticket. It's much faster and kinda works as a low burst dash by the looks of it. It kinda fits perfectly with a passive kit, where you can instantly third party a squad that is healing in like a building or something. It will also make her invulnerable when casting the ability, which makes me assume that if you are stuck in an Arc Star, or if you are held inside Fuse Ultimate or like a Black Hole, literally any other, crowd control ability, you will be able to ult and get yourself rid of any crowd control abilities. Or grenades, if you go an Arc Star stuck to you, kinda similar to Wraith's phase, where you can just ult out and the Arc Star will drop. I think because of this fact, her ultimate will be used more often as Wraith's tactical, selfishly to just escape in a bad situation, instead of using it offensively. I believe that it will be more, positive to run into a squad, kill him, and if you are getting into trouble, to just ult out and, make some distance, get out of there, and, play safe. It has been leaked that only your teammates can use the portal, so I assume enemies won't be able to follow. But even if they will be allowed to follow up, you can always drop your arc snare on the exit. I also think that the cooldown for this ability will be relatively short. It kinda looks like 20 seconds or maybe 30. On the video I've seen, it managed to get to 3%, right, just after 1 second. And it starts charging immediately after use, like it's not even almost like after use, it's like you will be in the middle of the portal and your ultimate will start charging up already. This ability should be available to use at least every fight. Otherwise it will be a bit too weak comparing to her other kit and just comparing to legends like Octane. So I'm pretty sure the cooldowns will be short and you'll be able to use it at least once a fight and in some cases maybe twice. The casting animation also looks way shorter than Wraith's Phase Rush. I mean, it might be a little bit balanced before she actually comes out. But as of now, it looks like a perfect escape ability. So far that's all I know, guys. In conclusion, I think Ashe will be a new Pathfinder or Wraith for ranked matches, where is a quite selfish legend that you pick to play solo and play aggressively. I think a lot of people will pick her up and play her, but that's kinda goes with any new legend that comes out. I expect her to be the new Wraith in pro matches, unless she will be much weaker than we expect. But right now she looks like she's a perfect rush every gunshot or third party every squad type of legend. This is my prediction on her so far. I'll be releasing a more in-depth guide on Ashe when she does actually come out. So what do you think, guys? Do you think she's healthy for Apex or maybe a new third party tool? And everybody hates third and ninth parties, just look at King's Canyon. Also, the new jump launchers look much faster than the balloons. And the map seems to have a tons of chokes. I don't know. I'm a bit afraid that the new season will be like King's Canyon all over again with people being like able to ninth party every fight. But hopefully I'm wrong. Let me know what you think down below in the comments and I see you guys in the next video. Bye.